So I'm here to talk to you today about GCSE Art and Design. I know we've been through what GCSE Art and Design is and how it would fit into your options and what we actually do and study over the 2 years. We're going to give you a little bit more detail about the course and what to expect over the 2 years. So the GCSE setup, it is 60% coursework, and we study that from September of year 10 to January of year 11, and then 40% exam. So that is from January year 11 to May year 11. The exam is not a traditional exam. It is a sort of an extended 12-week period in which you study a small topic and then you sit a 2-day, 10-hour exam. In which you produce one final piece of work. So in terms of marking, I mark you on 4 different things. These are the things that we study over the 2 years and what we focus on in our lessons. So we've got AO1, critical analysis, AO2, reflective recording, AO3, creative making, and AO4, personal representation. So critical analysis then, AO1, developing ideas through investigating different artists and critical understanding of their work and how it influences your coursework. So this is when you look into all the different artists that create all the artwork that you're interested in. So it might not be artists from years and years ago, it could be contemporary artists, you could look at traditional artists and just what you like and what you're interested in. How you write about their artwork and how you write about your own artwork is a really big part of this course, and that is something that we study and we learn how to do throughout the year. AO2, reflective recording. This is where you record your ideas, observations and insights relevant to your theme in first and second hand. So this is your drawing skills. I know everyone thinks that art is all about drawing, but this is the only way you pick up marks for your drawing, your reflective recording. Now in red is highlighted first and second hand. That means that all of your drawings need to be from something that is placed in front of you or of a photo of something that you've placed in front of you. Okay, so say for example 1 week we were looking at an acorn. If you had that in front of you, that is drawn from first hand. If you took a photo of that acorn and went home and drew from that, that is from second hand. Okay, so when we look at our reflective recording, you don't get any marks for drawing off Pinterest or the internet. It has to be all through first or second hand. So your AO3 is your creative making. So refine work by exploring ideas in a range of different forms, materials, processes and techniques. So for example, acrylic paint, watercolour, oil paint, oil pastel, inscribed pastel, clay, 3D design, graphic design and textiles. So there's lots of different things we can explore in this course, and the more you experiment, the better. And your final one is AO4, personal representation. So this is more about your final pieces. Okay, so we are expected to develop final pieces throughout the 2 years, and it has to in some way represent you, so produce a personal and meaningful response which brings together your ideas and the influence of an artist. So whatever you choose to study and whatever themes you want to draw or you want to explore within your 2 years, they need to represent your personality, your interests, your hobbies in some way, okay, because that's where you really pick up the marks. So how are you marked? Each of the assessment objectives that I just went through are equal 25% each. So with the coursework project, which is the 60%, I give you around 30 marks for each one, and then that adds up to 120. And then for the exam, you get marked out of 20 for each one, which adds up to 80. So your teacher will mark your coursework and your exam unit, which adds up to the 200 marks. The marks will be sent off and moderated by the external examiner. Okay, so it is mainly a practical subject. Okay, 3 out of the 4 things that I mark you on are creative. So reflective recording is your drawing, creative making is your experimentation, personal representation your final pieces, and how you represent that to yourself. Okay, so there is a lot of creative elements to this course because it's an art GCSE, but you've also got to think there is a lot of writing and there is a lot of reflection and analysis on other people's artwork and your own artwork. So take that into consideration when you think about art GCSE. But if you enjoy art and you really like drawing and you like creating and you like doing these things, then please come and speak to you if you've got any questions or choose art GCSE as an option.